And for some weird reason, I got a lot of hit on the last video from people searching for naked yoga. I don't do naked yoga on this channel, so stop clicking on my videos asking for naked yoga.
Dirty bastard.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome back to Cancer Corner, and welcome to what is for me chemotherapy round 5, day 2. Now, in the last episode I mentioned that I was getting in touch with a coach to develop a training plan, and I've got that plan now, of which today is probably the first run day. Yesterday was day 1, which was mostly to do with strength and conditioning. Actually, I tried yoga for the first time, which was incredibly difficult. So I thought today I'd like to talk a little bit about the plan and kind of like what I'm hoping to get from it. Now, one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to go into too much detail about the plan. I'm certainly not going to show the whole thing, because obviously it's, well, Ben's a tri coach, he earns a living off this sort of stuff. He also has his own channel, which I'll link below. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about Ben and his coaching methods, I'd suggest you go and check out his channel. So if you're hoping to see a fully mapped out 20 odd week Ironman plan, this isn't the video for you. The whole idea of the discussion is to just kind of put forward my thoughts and what I'm hoping to get out of it, as someone who's certainly new to such a long coach training plan, and I've never really paid for a coach before. I've always either went and downloaded something, or I think from a lot of my marathon plans, Runkeeper had some good free ones, and I used that for a couple of marathons actually, and it worked out pretty well. So that's definitely an option if you just have to run it. But sort of multi-sport events are a little bit different, and there tends to be a lot more volume. So I wanted a bit of help to be able to structure when I'm going to ride, when I'm going to run, and also be able to structure that around my chemotherapy. So, and to be honest, given that's what the channel's about, I thought it was a good opportunity to maybe just have a bit of chat about it. First thing I had to sort of get, which I hadn't used before, but it is a bit complicated when you first look at it, but spend a little bit of time with it and actually it's not so bad, is Training Peaks. Yeah, so I got in touch with Ben Bridges, who's a level 3 tri coach, and basically once he's made the plan, I had to sync my Training Peaks account, which is a free account by the way. You don't actually have to pay for it to sync it up to somebody else's pro account. They just need to send you an invite link. So I set myself up a Training Peaks account, synced it with Ben's, and after I'd sort of paid for the plan, he got in touch. We had a nice discussion about sort of essentially he gave me the option to say, right, I don't want to do this on that day, or this is a no-go for me, or I'd prefer not to do X, Y and Z. But the way I kind of saw it is he's a professional coach, he makes his living off this, so I just basically said to him, whatever you want to go with or whatever you think will be beneficial, that's what I want to do. So pretty much straight away he chucked me into stuff that I'd never done before, which was because especially the first week being a chemotherapy treatment week, I couldn't do any sort of like high intensity work. So he started me off on strength and conditioning for the legs and core, and also with some like a plan of yoga, which is going to go through I think probably 2 or 3 times a week, looking at the plan through for the 12 weeks that we've got planned out so far, which is the first essentially 3 blocks. Now the reason why we did 12 weeks is because 12 weeks will get me through my next 2 chemotherapy cycles. It'll get me past my next monitoring scan, and hopefully after that monitoring scan, depending on what the results come back off, we'll have some sort of certainty of how much further we can push on for, or we'll know if there's an issue that I might have to stop and plan some more treatment in for. So there is a good bit of logic to what we've done. So this easy run today is a 45-minute just base run. I had a 10-minute warm-up, which actually, just on that subject, the warm-ups and things like the stretching, the strength and conditioning, actually from Ben's plan, they're all really good. Because he is a YouTuber, and he's been doing this for quite a long time, he has videos showing all his routines anyway. So when a session pops up on the plan, and it's something like 20 minutes stretching routine, or 30 minutes leg strength, or 30 minutes core strength, he has a video link in that plan, and you basically just click on the link, it takes you to the video, and it has a guide of how to do all the exercises, and gives you an idea of what sort of form you need to be holding and things like that. So I mean, straight away, the plan and all the surrounding material that comes with it is fantastic, so huge thumbs up to Ben for that. So basically, as someone who's never had a coach plan before, or a proper one like this, it's tailored to me, I'm really looking forward to getting into it. It's really well designed, really well built, and the way sort of Training Peaks integrate into things like Strava and Zwift, really good system, really good website, and integrates really nicely into what Ben's got up for us. From looking at the coaching plan so far, I've learned straight away just how little emphasis I've placed previously to this on things like strength, conditioning and flexibility. A couple of times a week in the plan, there is at least, there's probably twice a week, I think, looking at it, I'd have to double check, there is things like strength and conditioning with just mostly bodyweight exercises, a few with some dumbbells as we progress on, and there's yoga, which I've never tried before. I did the first session of that last night, and again the coaching plan links to a video where you basically talk through the entire workout, and I can say, as someone who's never done it before, it's bloody hard. It really highlighted just how completely inflexible I am. Now, I've had a lot of injuries in the past around my knees and my hips, which physios have always put down at having things like tight hip flexors, tight hamstrings. And to be honest, I probably should have done something about it a long time ago. I once had a physio appointment where physio just asked me to keep my legs straight and touch my toes, and she actually pissed herself laughing at me. I think at the time I was in my mid-20s, and it's only got worse from there, and I'm in my 30s now, so yeah, it's something I really need to work on. So I'm looking forward to doing the yoga actually, but it was very difficult. My wife enjoyed it, and my wife enjoyed laughing at me, twisting and complaining all the way through it as well, so it keeps her happy, and that's only a good thing. To further hammer home the point is, if it needs any more, every workout comes with a pretty detailed warm-up and cool down and stretching routine to go with it. And again, stretching especially is something that I've neglected in the past. Probably about a month or 6 weeks ago now, I had to do a video where I didn't warm up properly and I really hurt my calf. So these are all things I've neglected in the past, and having it written down on a plan really sort of spurs you into making sure you keep on top of it. So overall, yeah, I'm really glad I bought it. Only a couple of days into it, I've already learned plenty about what I need to do. The point of the video, training wise, if you're in the position I'm in, whereas you kind of know what you want to do, you've got a reasonable level of fitness, but you don't really know how to take that next step, I can highly recommend getting in touch with someone like Ben or another coach through Training Peaks and getting a good coaching plan sort of made bespoke for yourself. Contrary to what some people have you believe, is they don't cost the earth. Well, what I pay for mine is less than what I pay a month for my gym membership, and I go to a pretty cheap gym. So yeah, I mean, you can get some really good quality training, good quality coaching that doesn't cost a fortune. There are people who will have your eyes out, but for the most part, there's some really good coaches around. I can highly recommend Ben. He's linked to the channels below. And yeah, basically, if you want to get in touch, just have a word with him and see what you think. So there we go, super easy, 45 minutes or so, I think 48 minutes it said. Really low heart rate, low pace, just nice and steady. It's actually agreed with the chemo all right to get out in the morning, which historically, I think second day chemo I've usually spent lying in bed. We got out, had a bit of sunshine, some fresh air, and feel all the better for it. So I'm looking forward to following the plan through. He's been pretty kind along the chemo week and the first couple of days of next week. It's mostly just easy stuff, base training up to about an hour, and then starting next week we're going to start getting into the good stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to get outdoors. I mean, if the weather's like this, as long as the ice clears up, might be able to get the bike out somewhere nice in the hills, which would be sweet. And yeah, I think there's a couple of things on Training Peaks which he's got planned in, which I'm going to do on the treadmill, and Zwift can import them in, so I'll be able to really hit them intervals properly, and hopefully get the most quality out of the training. So if you're interested in seeing how the plan pans out, like I said, I don't want to put too much detail about the plan, because like I say, Ben puts a lot of effort into his coaching plans and things, and I don't want to be sticking it on the internet for everybody to see, because it could potentially sort of cut away from how he makes his living, which it wouldn't be fair. But if you want to follow along with the plan, I'll try and give a good sort of representation of how it's going and how I'm finding it. But yeah, so far I'm really impressed. It's really good setup and things like that, and it's been super easy to get in touch with him. It's been super nice to get to know him a little bit and stuff like that. And if anybody who's kind of wondering, he comes across to chat to exactly how he does in his YouTube videos. Really nice bloke. So if yeah, if you're interested in following along and you're interested in seeing how things go, there's the subscribe button just below. But anyway, back on track. I'll catch you next time.